Hello, everyone, and welcome to a really strange stream. Um, I was unprepared for the start of today's stream, and therefore I am in the middle of a project that is kind of important for me to get done today. So, we are going to finish that project up here in the little window here beside this fantastic game we've got here, and then hopefully we'll have time to still get some Dragoon in today. Yeah. It's entertaining. So I hope everyone's doing wonderful. If you're watching after the stream, this is incredibly unusual. So what we're doing is, sadly, I don't have a better setup for this because, again, not prepared to do exactly what we're doing here. Let me get this light on because it's going to look a little better. There we go. I have some pants, and I am currently in the process of stabbing myself with pins as I try to hem the length on them because they are too long. So that's what we're starting today off with. I've got 3 legs left to do. No, there's not 3 legs on one pair of pants, in case you thought that was the case. Gotta tip that back up. That would be that. We're not gonna go into that. So I'm halfway through one pair, I think. Nah, I got 4. I guess I have 4 legs. I have to, again, not on the same pair of pants, but definitely 4 legs still. Just 1 round of stitches that I need to stitchify upon them. So, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna listen to some awesome Dragoon title menu music, which honestly I thought it would go back into the preview, like, startup video thing, but apparently it's not gonna do that, or maybe that's just really later. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna get this done real quick. You guys are more than welcome to hang out with me. I appreciate you if you do. If you don't want to, that is kosher too. I know it's a weird stream. I just didn't want to cancel it again over something simple like this, but I kind of have to get this done. So hopefully my noise canceling software will take care of most of the sewing machine noise, and yeah, should be a great, fantastic, and wonderful old time. Zelda Elise, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Apologies for a bit of a different start here. I do appreciate you hanging out, though. And the plan is to still get some, as I was mentioning earlier, still get some Dragoon gameplay today. It may just be shorter than normal. You know, it takes an insane amount of time to hem. I have 4 pairs of pants that I'm hemming. I bought them like probably years ago, honestly, and never got around to working them into rotation because the pants I had still worked fine. They weren't tearing through or anything. So now, the several years later montage. I don't actually have a montage for that, but it would be cool. They are my original pairs that I've been cycling through. Again, pants, not fruit. They are showing some wear through because they're several years old. And I needed to get some new ones on standby so I don't find myself without pants. And unfortunately, my second job does not allow the wearing of khaki shorts, which is fine, to each their own, you know. I can tell you what, if I ever have a business, it's gonna be mandatory that you wear khaki shorts. Nah, it'll be permitted and encouraged to be comfortable without being disrespectful, kind of thing. Which khaki shorts are a wonderful, comfortable option. And they still keep a certain air of professionality. You know, I mean, golfers wear khaki shorts. They literally have khaki shorts that are called golf shorts. Pretty neat. True story. So, that's kind of where we're at. Doing a little bit of sewing here. I do wish I had some kind of a camera over my shoulder so I could show you what we've got going here. Give you a little more involvement. I do have a tomato. It's a pin tomato. And for if you've ever seen these pin tomatoes before, this little like second tomato strawberry stem thing, it's actually for sharpening your pins or for honing the pins. I don't think it technically sharpens them, but it's definitely there. And if my keyboard wasn't cockeyed and hanging off the side of the table, I would put some kind of a notice here in the banner over chat, but it's tedious to get to it, and we're just gonna get stuff done. So, that's my brain. It is lost and confused, but it's as Stitch says, it's still good. Yeah, still good. So yeah, what I was saying is hemming 4 pairs of pants takes an insanely long amount of time if you don't actually know what you're doing. And I don't actually know what I'm doing. I need to do some more sewing than I have so I can get more familiar with this machine. It's a real nice Singer Quantum Stylus in the 9960. I got it a while back because I knew I was going to need to do some stuff, and I kind of wanted a nice programmable machine. I did. Yeah, I did some lettering, put my name on some like embroidering sort of thing on some handkerchiefs. They're pretty neat. But today we are just doing a quick hem, and they don't look great by any means, but I'm going more for function than anything. And let's be honest, who's gonna be crawling around on the floor staring at my ankles to tell me that my hems are crooked? And then to follow up with that, who's gonna have a clue that I was the one that made my hems crooked? See? There's like no way I can lose. Unless like my bobbin runs out of thread. That's one way I could lose. I am so glad that this thing is staying on the title screen. There's been a couple of times I kind of preemptively loaded the game and went ahead and clicked into the file loading menu because I didn't want it to cycle back through the kind of intro video, because it's a whole bunch of other noise, and it's the explosion of or destruction of meat. It's a real meat destruction. Too soon? It's that video, the one that early on they show you like 87,643 and a half times. Did you know? This is fun facts. And actually, because I'm thinking about it, and it might be right here. there is the thing that that was made. Oh yeah, this is it. That was made back in the day. That was super cool. For the Legend of Dragoon. Of course, we've got the guidebook, right? And both the English and the Japanese. And I managed to find the Platinum Hits English guidebook. But they made a special collector's edition VHS tape. And it's a pain in the butt to get out of the box. But the whole front of it, it opens up, and it talks about, of course it's not terribly zoomed in there, but it's got some key art from the game, and it talks about it's like an extended preview of the game. I think the total runtime is like 6 minutes. And I want to say it was on a loop. Oh, this is so cool. I hadn't actually seen this on the thing. It says on the back, it's got like the credits like you would see on a regular movie. It says Sony Computer Entertainment America presents The Legend of Dragoon, directed by Yasuyuki Hasebe, starring Dart, Shauna, Rose, Hashel, Hobbits, Albert Lloyd, developed by Sony Computer Entertainment Incorporated, exclusively for PlayStation. Never coming to a theater near you. It's right there in dark red characters. It's super cool. It's part of the awesome things to add to the collection. I may have mentioned a time or two that I'm kind of a major Legend of Dragoon fan. So that's pretty great. They have, in other news, I guess, related to Legend of Dragoon, they have successfully made Lloyd a playable character in Severed Chain's project, which is super awesome. They've given him, it functions like a Dragoon form right now, but he never actually was recognized by any of the Dragoon spirits. So, but he does transform into his armored wingly form. So they were able to set up, and the guys behind that, or the crew, I don't know, maybe more than a couple of guys that were on the stream, but the crew behind it, they are doing a phenomenal job. All the stuff that they've pulled up, there's difficulty selectors, they're gonna have it set up so you can mod. You can bring mods in, basically write your own. If you want to mod it, you can mod in basically your own story to expand on it. Obviously, they aren't producing any changes to it as far as the content-wise. They're focusing on the upscaling, because if they use the IP to make a new story to it, that would get into copyright infringement and stuff. But yeah, the project is going phenomenal. They're doing a wicked cool job. So, yeah. That's something to look forward to. That's the game that we're going to be picking up after we complete our playthrough on this one. I'm going to see what the restrictions are on streaming the project. I'm guessing any of the stable builds are probably fine to stream, but the like beta release developer builds, they're probably not wanting them streamed yet, which is fine. I'm not in that big of a rush to stream the latest and greatest release, but I do want to pull the project up and get it going, because I'm so stoked for it. It's crazy. And I apologize if my camera up here, this one, if it shakes or earthquakes, because it's attached to the same table I'm currently using that has my sewing machine on it. They going really fast. Sometimes it gets a little excitable. One of the really awesome features of this machine, since it's pertaining to our current situation, is it has an automatic thread cutter. So you don't have to pull it out and try and hook it around the back or whatever and do that. It just, once you get your final thread locked down, you can push a button and it dips it down into the machine and snips the threads off. You then do have to fish the thing out of the bottom of the machine, the bobbin thread out the bottom of the machine, but it's way nicer than having to pull everything manually. And the other neat thing is it's a computerized model. So like the monograms and the letters and things are you can just queue it up and it will just basically print out the thing for you, which is super cool. And there we go. A perfect hymn. Or a perfectly functional hymn, at the very least. Yep. 1 down, 3 to go. Now we're down to the three legs. Again, not all on the same pants. Same pair of pants, same something like that. So, those of you here in chat, or even those of you watching after the stream, are you sewers? Do you do any tailoring or seamstress work? Whether it be as a job or for fun? I mean, just throwing conversation items out there. Let me know in the comments or the chat if you are. I might have some questions for you. I'm joking, of course. Mostly joking. Oh, here's a good question that's not pertaining to needing help with something. How many times have you stabbed yourself with a pen? Yeah. Ouch. You know, folding the side seam over itself and trying to jam a pin through it is not a great experience. You know. And these hymns may be irregular. They may not match each other even within the same pair of pants. But they won't drag on the floor. and they are in better shape than the other pants, so it's a win-win. Oh, did you guys see the post about last Sunday? I don't know if you joining us today happened to see that post. Met with Magic Lotus Studios to work on the theme song. I think I talked about it some during the stream yesterday, and we had some real good turnout. Also got did a little additional work later, and come up with a decent technical difficulties sort of waiting slide music. Because right now I don't actually have any music on the technical difficulty slide. And when I was playing around with some stuff trying to learn a program, I discovered some neat stuff, and it sounded really cool, but it didn't really fit with the tempo and the the feel I wanted for the Flashback Fridays is what I was working on, because that's the one that's the farthest along right now. But it didn't, the music that I come up with didn't really fit that, so I think it will end up being a kind of a fill-in sort of music, technical difficulty slide, that sort of thing. You know, this could be a viable option, though. Do some, if I don't get my head all the way off the screen over here. Yeah. A little bit of adjusting here. Yeah, that'll work. Could have some, sewing related streams. Now the real question is, do I just leave this all one broadcast like I normally would when I upload it over on YouTube? Have everybody confused because the first half hour of it is me talking and strange noises. I don't know if you guys can hear the sewing machine or not when it runs, but nope, it looks like you cannot, which is a weird assessment for determining sound, but I was watching my levels there on the on my microphone. Oh, maybe just a little bit there. Just a moment. It picked up a bit. Which on one hand is probably good, because where this was unplanned, the noise of the sewing machine might be bothersome. I don't know. It's unexpectedly random. What did you expect? Nothing, because it's unexpectedly random. That was actually that's the whole reason I named the channel, because I actually started over on YouTube long before I had any capability of actually streaming live, and I wanted to name. I was inspired partially, well, a large part, I guess, by the King of Random, Grant Thompson. I enjoyed the content that they were producing, and it was cool because it was all over the place. It was the king of random, so you could have anything. You could have foundry projects. You could have arc furnaces. You could random chemical experiments. You could. It was all over the place. And I'm kind of a science nerd, geek, whichever. Geek's probably the better applicable term. But and I love games, retro gaming, and that sort of thing. So I was trying to come up with something that wasn't gonna be the same as everybody else. That wasn't gonna be here's the random channel or whatever. So I decided to go with something that was incredibly difficult to say, and went with unexpectedly random. Why? Because things here are unexpectedly random. And yeah, the rest just kind of fell into place. I wanted to be able to do whatever I wanted to do, and that's like, what's the theme of your channel? What do you stream? What do you? Right now, we're focused on gaming because that's the easiest thing to stream. But I have a Lego set from Christmas that I need to put together, and a Minecraft Lego set that I picked up a few weeks ago, just some smaller ones. Just a smaller, the Lego Minecraft kit, it's a smaller one. That I'd like to do a stream of putting the Lego sets together. Because I think that would be fun, it'd be different, and everything is content. As the parody that I'm working on currently says. So I guess that's content drop. Nah, I've talked about it briefly before. Everything is content. It's a parody of, or I don't know if it really qualifies as a parody, but it's to the tune of Everything is Awesome from the Lego movie. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome. You know, that one. I've sang bits and pieces of it here when things are awesome. That actually, it's a little wavy, but it looks good. There's the hemline. Not to be confused with Hemlock. And there we go. These pants are awesome. They're Arctic Cool brand. And it's a proprietary fabric that's moisture wicking and crazy. If it gets, they actually recommend like spritzing it with water during the summer, not like hosing yourself down, but I suppose it would work. But if you spritz it with water, it actually has a cooling effect as it distributes that moisture throughout the fabric. It's trippy, but I had to, one of my previous jobs, I worked outside a lot during the summer, mowing, which was dreadful, but it was part of the job, and they also did not allow khaki shorts, which was kind of strange because I mow my own yard in shorts. So, among other clothes, of course. The problem was, in the middle of summer, it gets really hot, no matter where you are. So, it was kind of miserable, and I was trying to figure out some way to fix that, some way to make it less miserable. Thought about getting a cooling pack like they have for racers, where it's like a cooling shirt and everything, and you pump ice water through it, but then modifying it so I could put a Peltier cooling unit on a reservoir and then pump it through the system and then run it off from either batteries or a solar panel would have been the best way to do it, with a battery reservoir backup. So the solar panel keeps the batteries charged. The batteries, if I step under a tree or whatever, continue to power it that way. Never got that figured out, unfortunately. But I came across these pants, and they are incredible. They're very durable. Like I mentioned, they've lasted many years. I don't know. These are the ones that these are replacing, so to speak. The other ones are still wearable. They're just getting close to problematic with threads and stuff wearing through and that kind of thing. But they are probably 2 or 3 years old, by we're estimating. So that alone is kind of a testament, because these were my work pants. I still wear shorts outside of work because I love the cold. And yeah, so pretty much I just wore them for work, and sometimes I got into some pretty intense stuff. I was working on one project to remain mildly vague about it, but one project I was working on ended up with me around some old angle iron, different like pieces of steel and stuff, and I managed to catch my knee on the corner of a piece that was sticking out. Thought for sure it had ripped a hole through the knee of my pants. Took a look. There's a little like indentation in the fabric, but there was no tear. I'm like, what? That's insane. And so I rolled up my pant, like, because my knee hurt, to check my knee, and there was a gouge in my knee from the steel. It tore my leg before it tore the pants. It was insane. So yeah, I'm quite happy with these pants, and it's weird because the company, they barely got my size, but they actually initially they did, but they're stretchy. There's a lot of stretch to them, so I was able to make do. Wasn't great, but it worked. And then they added the one size up, and I was able to get it, and that's what I'm working on here. And actually I could probably size down now, but these ones are nice. The weird thing about them is all of their pants are one length. They only have one inseam length, and I don't remember what the number was, but it was not what my inseam is. So here we are, trimming the pants. They have slate gray ones too. I don't remember what the official name was for that color. They used to have a blue, like a medical scrub blue color. Had a pair of them early on in my last job, but I haven't seen them in stock in quite a while. And it may not have been as popular of a color because blue's kind of an aggressive color for a frequently worn pants. I guess, I mean, you don't have to frequently wear them, but I wore mine all the time. And the neat thing was that I didn't really care if the blue matched with anything. I'm just like, yeah, they're work pants. If they don't like the colors that I'm wearing, then they can let me wear shorts, and I'll go with straight khaki. Nah, it would have never come up, because I literally didn't work hardly with anybody. It was just, here, you have a job to do, make sure it gets done, and get going. It's 3 times. Alright. This is leg number 3 of 4. we're making good progress. We are gonna get probably about an hour of Dragoon today, so that's good. I'm probably gonna clip this. This will be its own individual video, and then when we start Dragoon, I'll do that one separate. So, because I'll have to blank out the screen and go to the stream starting stuff, so I can get my sewing machine out of the off the table, off the counter here. Right. Oh, actually, speaking of this, I ought to do a review of this desk that I've got going on. I took a chance on this desk, and I think it's a FlexiSpot brand desk. I ordered it off of Amazon. It did get damaged in shipping, which is unfortunate, but they refunded a portion of it to account for it, so that was nice. But the desk itself, it's an motorized adjustable desk, and it's been amazing. I'm gonna end up, once I get my kind of sewing area set up here in the house, working on renovating basically the whole house, really. But the basement's completely unfinished here. And I'm gonna set up hopefully a kind of a chemistry lab experiment area, because I want to do some science stuff here on the channel, on the streams. So I kind of want to set that up. Nothing hazardous, but like I want to make rubies in the microwave, because you can do that. There's some other things that I'd like to be able to do. I'm gonna put a part of the basement, I'm gonna section off, and it's gonna be a movie theater. It'll be absolutely amazing. Gonna have really nice chairs and everything in there, sound treatment and everything, because it is a basement. I'm going to set up some more mini splits. I've got this mini split here that you often see me looking back at when I'm adjusting temperatures and things, and right now it's freezing my feet because I have the fan going, and the room's cold. But again, I love the cold. I'm gonna put a mini split up in the other side of the house to service the living room, the main room upstairs, and then also the basement, because each base unit in the style that I got can support up to three, I think it's three, possibly four, 1, 2, 3, 3 air handlers on the one unit. So the plan is to put a condenser unit over there by the that side of the house, and then I'll run one of the air handlers, of course, into the living room, and then one of the other ones will go down into the lab area, because if I'm potentially going to be streaming or filming, it's going to be a combination lab workshop sort of place. So like I'll be able to work on basic woods projects and that sort of thing there as well. I'll have hopefully some Milwaukee M18 tools set up down there, because kind of hooked on them. They're expensive too, but they seem to be real good quality. Have that stuff set up down there, and then obviously if I'm going to be working in there for extended periods of time, I'm going to want it to be climate controlled. And then the last one is going to be into the movie theater room, because obviously you got to have that frigid or it's just not movie theater like. So that's kind of some of the fun stuff. And I've actually got a video that I gotta assemble, because there's like 87 parts to it, and as you well know, I despise video editing. It's not the editing of the video that frustrates me, it's that I don't want to edit the video. That makes sense. So it's tedious. That's the problem. It's already bad enough to go through and name everything and upload it and then rename it, and since we posted all to YouTube, it's yeah, it's one of those things. But I have a bunch of clips from the installation process, drilling a hole through the wall and putting up the air handler on the wall and everything. Pouring the concrete for the condenser pad outside. The whole thing. Because I'm not an HVAC guy, not in the slightest. And that whole system was actually, yeah, I needed some help because things were heavy and things were, stop it. Making, push the wrong button on my machine. Making the concrete and getting that pad poured and everything, it was a little difficult. Had to recruit some help there. Another wonderful seam. Look at how it lines up there perfectly on the side. You're like, I can't see that. It's all scrambled. So, but yeah, it was a process, and it's been phenomenal. You definitely, if you have a mini split, you definitely have to clean it. You're like, oh, that's obvious. No, I mean, you have to pull it apart, not just the filter. You have to pull the thing apart, pull the cover off from it, and clean the coils out of it, because they get gross. And then your room smells gross, and then you wonder why your room smells gross, and then you pull the thing down and it's gross. They've got some spray cleaners, coil cleaners and stuff that are really nice. You just cover stuff in the room so it doesn't get splattered all over, and then yeah, go to town. It's pretty great. Well, I'll put it this way. Me not being the HVAC guy, I cleaned my own air handler. Just using stuff I got off of Amazon. I don't remember the brands. They're in there on the floor. But it was good stuff. One was I think there was a mold inhibitor too, or a antimicrobial treatment, something. I don't remember what it was actually called. But wait, is this is the last leg, isn't it? Huh. It better be. Oh yeah, because that was leg 3. I've got black thread on the bobbin, so the inside of the hips look real funny. It's fine. They're hidden. It doesn't show. So, but yeah, me not being an HVAC guy, I cleaned it all myself, and it was tons of fun. Okay, it was tons of infuriating because it had smelled weird for a while. I'm like, and I knew you were kind of supposed to clean them, but also I thought that kind of amounted to cleaning the filter, not necessarily cleaning the coils. And then by the time I got to it, it was super gross. But it was fine. All is good. The other one, because I've got one in the master bedroom as well. That was the 2 units that I put in off from this condenser. I'm sure it needs cleaned, but the master bedroom is currently a storage room during renovations. So it's not gonna get cleaned anytime soon. Oof. We are almost there. Ow. I ought to put up a poll to see how many more times you think I can stick myself with the pin before we get started on the actual stream. It's great. We are nothing if not random. I made cream potatoes and peas today. And that's significant because I had never done that before. And I'll post a picture on Instagram later. I made I'm fascinated by weird vegetables and okay, not necessarily weird vegetables, so to speak, but things that are foods that are unusual. Not like, ooh, I'm eating snail mucus or something. No, that's gross. But like, ooh, this is a potato that has purple meat and purple flesh. So a while back, I got a bunch of them, and I made purple mashed potatoes, which were absolutely phenomenal. They were buttery, they were delicious, it was great. They looked so cursed. But they were delightful. And I had a bunch of potatoes left from that project, because I'd always wanted to make purple mashed potatoes or blue mashed potatoes. And they don't sell potatoes that are blue in large quantities, really. At least I've never seen them around here. So, when I had the opportunity to collect a bunch, I did. And I had more than enough for the mashed potatoes and a bunch left over, and they're just small size ones, like roasting potato size. So I froze them, knowing that sometime in the future I would have an opportunity to make cream potatoes and peas with it. And let me tell you, it was cursed. Freezing, when I boiled them for the mashed potatoes, they didn't turn the water blue, maybe just slightly tinted, but it was basically negligible. And I thought, well, that's weird. And they like I said, they tasted great, but so I froze the leftovers, or the potatoes. I just like cleaned them off and then froze them whole. And I got them out today and rinsed them off, and I noticed that there was a drop of water when I put one in the pot that I was going to be cooking them in. There's a drop of water that was really purple. I'm like, well, that's weird, but I did kind of scrub them just to make sure that they were clean. There was a few stems left and stuff, so I went through it that way. And I filled the pot with water, and it turned purple. And it kept getting purple, and it got so purple you couldn't hardly see past the top few potatoes. I'm like, this is gonna be a problem. I mean, in the best way, of course. So, yeah, it turns out if you freeze potatoes, it breaks the cell enough that it releases all of its purpliness, and it makes everything very purple, which then in turn made my cream potatoes and peas. No, it wasn't purple. You would think it would be purple, and I was hoping it would be purple. It was gray. So it looked like a bunch of little purple frogs swimming around that like green, because it had peas in it. They're frozen peas. It was like that green fish tank plant. There's a plant that people have on top of their fish tanks that just kind of grows all over the place. But it's like, yeah. And like I said, I'll post I'll post the picture later. Yeah. So it looked like frogs in a gray water pond. It was so strange, but even as weird as it looked, it tasted absolutely delicious. It was delightful, and I would absolutely eat it again. Honestly, I think I liked it even better than ordinary ones, simply because it was weird. But you also can't get blue potatoes all the time. Or purple potatoes. I mean, I don't know what they technically are. The water was purple. And it also makes a really good acid or base indicator. Because whatever makes it purple changes between pink and blue, depending on whether it's... it turns pink if it's in an acid. It turns blue if it's a alkaline or a base. So, yeah, that was my adventure earlier today, and I love it. I usually post those pictures sooner, but between that and working on this, I gotta mix up my caffeine for the week. Speaking of caffeine, if you need caffeine, check under the stream. Ooh, that almost rhymed. There is a link to the new caffeine website, and if you use code STAYRANDOM at checkout, you can get 15% off your order of liquid caffeine. If you're on YouTube, forgot what other platform we post to. If I remember, I'll put it in the video description so you guys can check it out as well. Otherwise, if you just use code STAYRANDOM, all one word smushed together, at checkout, you can get 15% off your order as well. And that's new caffeine, NUCAFFEIN, unless that's not how new caffeine, or unless that's not how caffeine is spelled. It is new like NU, not new like actually spelled letters. .com. And yeah, they've got caffeine. We do have a review of that on the channel over there on YouTube if you want to see our take on it. The company did reach out to us to have us do a review because I talked about, they saw my video about Caffeinate, which is another liquid caffeine product, and they wanted me to review it. I do, if you use the link or the discount code with new caffeine, I do get a little bit from each sale, so that's another way you can help out the channel as well, if you desire. And hey, most people can. I was going to say everybody could use a little more caffeine, but I know that's not the case because some people can't have caffeine. I'm watching out for you guys. See? That's my streamer! I so hope this bobbin hasn't run out. There's still plenty on there. That's another cool thing I didn't mention about this sewing machine. The bobbin is not up here, which isn't where bobbins go anyway. This is where you, I'm pointing off screen. This is where you wind your bobbin. But the bobbin is, it sits in the bobbin holder horizontally. And if you use a clear plastic bobbin, which is what they recommend, it also has a clear plastic bobbin door, and you can see how much thread is left on your bobbin. And it's awesome, because then, just like that, I didn't have to pull open the bobbin or just hope that I had enough thread left. I can actually look through the little bobbin window and see where we're at. Zoom. And just like some thick fabric that's gone through. It's only like 8 layers of fabric. It groans a bit. And just like that. We are done. Another perfectly hemmed half leg. So that takes care of all of those. I now have pants to wear. Always a good thing. Let's go ahead and get this bobbin thread pulled up here so it's ready should I need it some other time. Take these. See, and if you do hem your pants like this, don't throw these away or misplace them like I did the first 4 or 6 pairs that we trimmed. I didn't throw them away, I just misplaced them. And I think I know where they're at, but I don't know for sure. Because if you do have a tear, you've got stretchy fabric that matches the same color you can use to patch and or repair. See? Pretty good stuff. I actually need to unthread that, and I didn't get my my dome back on there. There's a top to help keep tension on the thread. Thing I didn't need it. Get this black thread I had on there. Let's go ahead and get this rethreaded just so it's ready. This time, sway, down and up and down through the wire retainer. And down to the auto threader. Don't stab yourself with a sewing machine needle either. It's rather unpleasant. And doop-de-doop. There we go. That's done. Let's put the cap on it. Whoosh. And then this actually go down here. And you don't actually have to have this door open in order to sew, which is pretty neat. My poor tomato pincushion. Alright. Let's get back. Let's see, will my tomato fit in the assorted sewing stuff box? Probably if I push these pins down. Slip him in there. And just stuff the rest of these pins into the tomato. So we don't spill all over the place. Because the last thing I want is a pin on the floor in here, because a carpet floor, and I'm not currently wearing sheets. Because, I mean, everybody needed to know that, of course, but... In my defense, I took them off because I had to find out how long I needed to cut my pants to. And all right. That's it there. Oh man. Forgot my fabric tape. Make sure. That's gonna go in here too. Guess I can turn machine off. Updates. That might explain why my Bluetooth wasn't working properly. Oh, that could be a bad idea. Or bad thing. I'm not insane, I just... Okay, I probably am insane, but I just got a notice popped up on my computer that there's an update, Intel Wireless, and a Bluetooth update, which I hate it when a Bluetooth update comes out because it always messes up the interface, which is weird because it was fine before they released the update. So it's like, why did your update break the interface? Why does your update prevent me from connecting properly rather than actually addressing actual problems? You know? I can go back in here. Okay. That's there. That's there. This one. Let's see if I can pull my headset out of the... I gotta take this off. I wouldn't worry about that so much. That requires getting wireless headsets. And what I want to get is a Bose headset. But I'm not sure if I want to go with wireless headset. And to be totally honest, it's kind of twofold. One, with all the problems I have with Bluetooth, my broadcasting system, I really don't want to add my headset interface to those Bluetooth problems. So there's that. Plus, with a Bluetooth headset, from what I've seen at least, not all the time, but most of them, they don't incorporate the microphone, which on one hand is okay because eventually we're going to go with a nice condenser microphone. attach it here on the desk. With a mic arm. But I don't have that yet, so I'd still have to do something about the microphone. And right now, everything is calibrated based on the output from this microphone. It's the input from. It's the mic output, but it's the me input. No, that's not. It's what the microphone's catching and sending to the processing center, which then processes it for noise cancellation, which is precisely why you can't hear my chair squeaking or my sound of me tying my shoelace. That's also why it cleans up my voice a lot, using that NVIDIA RTX noise canceling software. But it is a little useless, which is expected. It also eliminates echo, the sound of my air conditioner, air handling going, and everything else that it does. And sometimes it's problematic. It doesn't work quite as well as I would like it. Because like high notes, if I squeak or if I get really loud, it just kills it. Because it treats it as noise and not as voice input. This is off, yeah. So it's there. Too bad. Let's see, I've got really sharp, pointy objects in my feet, which is a good thing. So, we are well on track here. Sorry for the earthquake. Alright, now, my mouse pad back. Use my mouse back. Up there, that's there. Oh. And lay this back. And that, it feels like something's missing, but it looks like everything's where it's supposed to be. To most degrees. So, for those of you watching after the stream, no. For those of you watching during the stream, don't run away. We're not stopping here. Although it is 8:30. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. We will have a Legend of Dragoon makeup stream on my next day off, which is Sunday. Yes. We'll hold a Legend of Dragoon makeup stream on Sunday. Since I was not prepared for today's stream, I will get it put in my calendar right now. It'll probably be right before our other stream, like our normal stream. But we will do that. That'll be Sunday. So let me put this in here. Dragoon Make. There's no J in make. I pushed too many buttons. It's not that I thought there was a J in make, just to clarify. Make stream a sometime. Okay. Alright. So that is saved. So we will definitely have a Dragoon stream on Sunday. If you're watching after the stream, completely disregard because that doesn't apply anymore. But those of you here live, we will have a makeup stream for this on Sunday. I appreciate you bearing with me as I drop the ball sometimes. But this was fun. I kind of enjoyed this, and I'm not opposed to doing some of this stuff on a more intentional basis. So just having kind of an opportunity to chat here, to kind of connect with you guys here in the stream, and later on in the YouTube video when this finally goes up. And I do think I will post this. Sometimes this kind of content, I'm like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't post it. It's not really entertainment or whatever, but it is. And I mean, we kind of joked around and stuff here, so I think it's good content still. And like my parody goes, everything is content. Everything's recorded when you're something a stream, when you're broadcasting a stream. I'm still working on the lyrics. Everything is content. Will you listen here to me? Hey, have you heard the news? Like, subscribe, and comment too. That's about as far as I've got on that. It's just it's a back burner one. So, otherwise, that's gonna be all I have for today, for this episode. Those of you watching after the stream, I do want to remind you that we stream these videos live at twitch.tv/unexpectedlyrandom. We are here every day at roughly 7 p.m. Central Time, and you never know just what you're gonna get on stream over here at Unexpectedly Random. Make sure you follow us on Twitch to join the chaos, and check out our streaming schedule for the current lineup. We also have a Facebook and Instagram. Those are the best places to stay up to date with any changes that may occur pertaining to the streaming schedule. And we have a TikTok and the social media platform formerly known as Twitter if you want to check us out over there. Otherwise, if you're enjoying the content, or if you think I'm just a total goof, don't forget to like and subscribe there on YouTube. It's a great way to help support the channel, and it lets us know what content you guys are enjoying. Once again, let me know in the comments if you're seamstress / tailor / person who does sewing stuff, either for a living or for fun, and let me know what one of your favorite sewing projects has been, if that's the case. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We will catch you in the next one. Until then, stay random. I wasn't ready for that outro. We'll see you guys.